It's a perfectly natural thing. We see relationships and empires and enterprises, they amass hugely in your vortex before you gather your first dollar or put your first nail in your first board. In other words, the bigness of it has happened long before you start offering your action. And it is a rather normal thing that once you get into the physical involvement of the manifestation of this thing that you've been dreaming about, what you're observing could then compromise the clarity of your vibration and bog you down. Those are good words. I feel bogged down because you are vibrationally bogged down. You see, through the contrast that you were living before, you couldn't dream the dream big enough or specific enough to carry you forevermore. So it's logical that you dreamed it big enough to get it started, and now the living of it, you could say, I'm having a little bit of difficulty keeping up with the momentum of all of it, but I know that I have the ability to get in sync with the momentum of it. Momentum is the best word that we can offer in a conversation about vibration, because your point of attraction causes momentum. So now that you're in the throes of the reality, your attention to unwanted things is causing a sort of momentum clashing. What is wanted and what is unwanted is sort of clashing. And so you just have to withdraw your attention from the parts that you do not want. And when you do, the resolutions and the solutions will occur to you. An early analogy that we offered is that you live in a house and it's really not a very nice house, and it's not where you want it to be, and it causes you to want a house. And anything would really be better than where you are, and so that's what you get. Something that's better than where you were. But it's still crappy. And so you're not done. It's not like you only had one shot at getting to where you want to be forevermore. You just got there, and now you're regrouping and exploring more contrast. And so it's a very common thing, especially if you're looking for income, and especially if you're looking for business enterprise. It's a very common thing, before you have anything to push against, to get pure in your place of attracting that, and then to be standing in the middle of a lot of responsibility. So then you begin feeling overwhelmed. What you want to do is go general with it and say, in the same way that this business was inspired to me and through me, the solutions for accomplishing it with ease and joy are coming too. I just need to chill out a little, because here's something that we see with a lot of others, and with Esther too at times. You get so busy being busy that you don't do the basics, the things that really matter. Esther used to say to Jerry all the time, I don't have time to meditate. We used to rumble the heavens in laughter over that. There's no heavens and there's no rumble, but we laughed a lot. Well, there's no laughing, but you know what we mean. That was a very funny thing. I don't have time to do the only thing that works. You have to find that time. So you might as well just pull yourself away in an attitude of, I'm just going to give myself some relief and release. So here's some questions for you. Do you accept that you are the creator of your own reality? Do you accept that your business, as it exists in your vortex, we really like this question. We're just going to savor it. Do you accept that your business that is in your vortex, that your vibrational reality business is bigger, more profitable, and way more fun, way bigger than the business that you have so far allowed to actualize? So since the vortex version is still not realized, is it logical that part of what's not been realized by you are the people that will make it happen with ease? In other words, there is more for you to allow to flow into your experience that's going to give you the fulfillment of that bigger, more satisfying picture than what you're living so far. And we would say that to you relative to relationships too. In other words, when you're in the middle of them, so I want a relationship and I get a relationship and then I don't realize that it's a growing, evolving thing. Your relationship with your business is a growing, evolving thing. Every day you make it bigger, and every day you have the personal responsibility, isn't the perfect word, but it sort of kind of gets in the direction of what we want to go. You have the personal responsibility of lining up with the biggerness that it has become, you see. So it isn't that you created a business and you got it and then it went off. It's that you still haven't really lined up with the bigness of everything that you've put there. And we say this, you're going to like this. Sometimes we say to people, Well, you collected a little data and you knew what you wanted and you got it, and then you got more data to create more. And then you got that, and then you got more contrast and data to create more. But that's not what we're saying to you. We're saying to you, you put a whole lot more in your vortex to begin with than you have yet figured out how to let in. And the factor that is tripping you up is your attention to what other people are doing or not doing. Where if you will just focus upon what you are doing, in other words, it's all vibration, it's all vibration, it's all vibration, it's all vibration. It's all vibration, it's only vibration, it's only vibration, it's only vibration. It's your vibrational relationship with your vision. It's your vibrational relationship with your vision. And everything else will have to come into compliance with it. But we acknowledge it is easier to do it in the clear space of less stuff going on, because you sort of have to get to yourself and make sure that you're in sync with you, and then everything else falls in place. And if you get too much other stuff going on, then you jeopardize that alignment. It's easy, and this conversation, this day today, helped many of you accomplish that. That's the best thing about gatherings like this, is that when you sit and listen to us ramble with the brilliance of everything that you all bring to this forum, it allows you to practice for a rather consistent period of time a vibration that is resonant with what's in your vortex. And so that's why you feel more hopeful, you feel more expectant, the energy gets moving, and momentum starts showing itself to you. And the part that you like the best, and we like it too, is the grids filling in with more tangible things, which makes you feel more productive. We really will like it a lot when you get to the place that you feel productive, when you move energy and affect your emotion and don't need the manifestation to show up in order to give you proof of your value or creative prowess. But we're not trying to talk you out of manifestations. We just think that they sometimes slow you down. The manifestation of my dream is sort of slowing me down. Think about it a little. The manifestation of my dream is sort of slowing me down. So I think I'm going to go dream it a little more. I'm going to dream it a little more. And we would say that to all of you relative to your planet in general. You're giving so much attention to the what isness that you are losing sight of your dreams. And when you are giving so much attention to what is, then you deprive yourself of the dream. And life is that experience between the isness and the dream. Have we conveyed that to you? That's where life is. You think it's the manifestation. It isn't. It's the journey to the manifestation. But then that manifestation bounces you to another and another and another and another. So, some questions. Why would anyone want a business of any kind? Why would you want to throw shiny beaded things into a wastebasket? Because it's something to focus upon. It's a way to measure your ability. It's a way to engage with others. In other words, it's fun. It is fun. So why would anyone want a business? Because it's fun. So let's talk about the money part of it. Why is making money exhilarating? Because it gives you opportunity to do more things. But do you want to make money, or do you want to provide an environment where a lot of people are making money? Which is more fun, you having money or a whole bunch of people getting money? So the upliftment of the business and the success of the business is not just for the money that comes to you. It's the money that moves around. It's the money that moves around like the energy flows. So have we convinced you, we're talking to all of you, but have we convinced you that everything is about vibration, that your emotion is about vibration? When we talk about life wanting to be fun, or wanting to be in love, or wanting to feel good about this, when we talk about those emotions, what are we really talking about vibrationally or energetically? We're talking about alignment, aren't we? We're talking about alignment. So here's a big question that we're putting out to all of you. Do you believe that the path to alignment is through action? Do you believe that the path to inspired action is through alignment? So every day when you get up, we would begin by saying, today, no matter where I'm going, no matter what I'm doing, it's my dominant intention to look for things that I want to see. I'm wanting to ferret out fun experiences for myself, and I want to engage in what is it that I want. Much of the world measures itself against others who are acting. And so there are a lot of people that will say, well, you got to toe the mark, and you got to focus, and you got to concentrate, and you got to dig in, you got to work hard, and you got to be diligent, and you got to show up, and you got to be there, and you got to do these things, and you got to not do those things. And we're not denying that that sort of behavior can make you excel to some degree, but it's mediocrity at best. That you will never really excel in the way that you really want to until you make it about energy. And you will never understand making it about energy until you care about how you feel. And you will never be successful at anything until you care about how you feel and you're willing to do whatever it takes to find that alignment first. We're talking about making my point of attraction matter more than anything else, because the action is going to come to my point of attraction because of the vibration that I've figured out how to conjure. Are you getting that? I'm going to conjure a vibration, I'm going to create a grid, and I'm going to practice it until I'm really good at it, and then I'm going to revel in the things that come to it. That's what deliberate creation is. So that's why we say it's really helpful for you to find some neutral zone. If you can do something to distract yourself from whatever it is that has that unwanted active vibration. We don't want to get too carried away with that. We think you have the understanding of that. But let's begin with this simple premise. The frequency, the vibrational frequency of a question is different than the frequency of the answer. The frequency of the problem is different than the frequency of the solution. So, of course, you're going to uncover problems and questions. That's the whole point of sifting through contrast. It's necessary for expansion. But what we would like to encourage you to do is not get so carried away in your justification of the reason for the solution. You just don't have to explain it to anybody. Knowing that you want it is enough. If this time-space reality has the wherewithal to produce within you clarity of desire, it is our absolute promise to you that it has the wherewithal to give you the actualization of that desire. No exceptions ever. No exceptions ever. If you can want it, you can have it. But you've got to achieve the frequency of what you want. You can't be sad about not having enough money and let the money flow because you're blocking it. So step one says you gotta want it. You gotta focus upon it. And contrast causes you to do that all day, every day. Step two says, what is asked is given every single time. But here's the part of that you don't like. It's given to you in vibrational form. And you say, well, whoop-de-doo. I can't spend that. I can't vacation with that. And we say, but you have to accept that it is given to you in vibrational form. And then you've got to figure out somehow, some way to become a vibrational match to that vibrational frequency. And when you do, so here's the story we like to explain to you. You are here in your physical body after having come from non-physical. The non-physical part of you still remains non-physically focused. You sift through the contrast. You're lovely and very good at it. And as you focus in your life, you give birth to all kinds of new intentions, which we all revel in because the expansion of the universe is all about that. So you're launching all of these rockets of desire that are being held in this vibrational reality. We've been calling it your vortex. It's this spinning reality that law of attraction is holding together. And all cooperative components are being assembled about everything that you want. The question is, when are you going to be a cooperative component to your own intentions? And the answer to that is as soon as you stop complaining, as soon as you stop missing it, as soon as you stop having conversations about what's going wrong, as soon as you stop joining those blogs or those television programs that are beating the drum of what's gone wrong all the time. It's all right to do that a little bit because it causes expansion in your society and in you as an individual. But when you spend so many hours active in the vibration of unwanted, you prevent the solution that has already been rounded up by law of attraction in your vortex. You prevent that solution from revealing itself to you, better said, from you being in a position where you can receive the revelation, the realization, the actualization of that. So step one is you ask. Step two is source answers. Step three is you got to line up with it.